Are you wanting to make your gym experience that much easier? I've got 7 gym hacks to help you on your journey. If you're using a pin loaded machine and you want to increase the weight, because you want to get some extra gains like I do for my triceps. So you go and increase the weight, then you proceed to try and do the exercise. But the jump in weight is just too much and you can barely get 1 rep out. Try this little hack. I want you to grab a little weight or a weight that you think you can increase up to. You're going to stay on the same plate, but what you're going to do is you're going to put the little plate on top of the pin. Now we can do a few more reps than 1 rep and we can focus on that progressive overload to get those gains. You may be like, just do more reps of the same weight. What if I'm already doing 20 plus? But that jump is still too much. Being strong can be a blessing and a curse. Something I wouldn't know about. But anyway, loading and unloading the weights can be a bit of a bitch. It's very time consuming and can be a bit difficult. You may be struggling to unrack the weights like so. If you don't have a deadlift jack in your gym, we can grab a little small plate and chuck it under the first one. Chuck it underneath that first row, then you're just gonna roll that on top of there like so. And from here, we can just slide these next 2 off. People are going to say, oh, what about the last one? Much easier to lift this now when there's only 1 plate. I could just lift it like so and push, but when I'm loading and unloading, rather than trying to push, it's much easier to try and lift the plate and then slide it out. It's much easier to pull than to push. But you could just do it like me and push. For the other side, you can just lift the bar up and then you can just slide it off. You can also do it with setting up that first plate, put the barbell on like this, then turn it over and slide it on. I've heard some people say it wrecks the barbell. I haven't had any issues, 7 years training, never broken 1 barbell in my life. Before I tell you those next hacks, don't forget to like and subscribe. When you're doing a lat pull down, are you a little bit short from the bar and every time you have to stand on the seat and then come down and get into your lat pull down position? This little hack is going to save your life. We can pull the pin out and lift the top plate up. This will let the lat pull down bar come down a little bit. Once we get to our desired height, you just have to line it up with the hole to make sure it fits in. That's what she said. Now the bar is a little bit lower and we don't have to stand on something to get into our lat pull down position. Are you carrying your weights all the way to your station at the end of the gym? Instead of carrying them 30 meters down the gym, we can just put them on the ground and we can roll them to our bench. Now I can save my energy so I can get the most out of my lift. Now, if my bench was here, I probably wouldn't roll them. I'm talking about if you're all the way down the far end, instead of lugging it all the way and being gassed before you even get into your first exercise, save a bit of energy and roll them. Now, obviously, it's only going to work if these are circle. Rolling the hexagon ones ain't going to be much good. If you can lift it, you can carry it. All right, Nacho Libre, I'm just trying to help a little bit here. We get it, you're big and strong. I'm not big and strong like you. Are you wanting to do a neutral grip lat pull down or row, but your gym has been slack, too tight, too cheap, and they don't have one? Oh well, that sucks. Hopefully they will have some of these. We can do the same thing with these little grips for a row or a lat pull down. You're gonna loop them around your straight bar. You just wanna make sure you're all nice and even because we're all about symmetry. Now we have a neutral grip lat pull down. We can do the same thing with a seated row. Just rinse and repeat, baby. Have you been doing an exercise and your range of motion has been cut short? Just like me doing this reverse lunge here. Can you see my knee hitting the ground each time I do a lunge? If I wanted to get more out of the exercise, to grow my little pins, I can create more range of motion. Here's how. I can grab a plate or anything that is going to elevate me. I can put this on the ground. Now I'm just a little bit higher up off the ground. Now when I go down, I've created a little bit more range. We can make this as high as we want and we can do it on most exercises. Let's say I wanted to do a push-up. If I could go all the way down, hit the ground, maybe I want to go a little bit further. I can create more of a stretch by placing my hands on something that's going to elevate me. For now, we've got these 2 plates, and now I can get a bit of a deeper stretch in between. This is a cable hack for the tall and the short people. If you're one of the short kings and queens, and the cable is really high and you're always reaching up, and then you're pulling down and then pressing, you don't have to have the cable set all the way to the top every single time. Let's use this tricep press down as an example. As long as there's constant tension on the cable, you can start it at face height. That way you don't have to reach all the way up or stand on something. If it was like this, where there's a bit of slack, then it's too short, just a little bit higher. Now this one's for the tall people. Using a cable curl as an example, I don't have to set it all the way down and then stand up and then curl. As long as there's constant tension again, I can start it up a little bit higher. That way I don't have to reach down. I know, a bit of a silly hack, but hey, if it helps one person, I'm happy. 7 hacks for the gym, just like that. If they helped in the slightest, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is just the beginning of my YouTube journey. I've got over 7 years experience doing personal training and I can't wait to share them all with you. See you in the next one.